Ever get to the end of the day and just wonder, where did those hours actually go?
Oh, yeah. That feeling.
It's this strange sense, isn't it? Like time just sort of evaporates and you feel like you didn't quite grab hold of the day. Well, that exact feeling is what we're digging into today.
Yeah.
We had a listener ask about making time work for them, especially for learning, but also just feeling more in control.
It's such a fundamental question, really. It gets right to the heart of how we live our lives. And for this deep dive, we looked at a really interesting discussion from the Easy English Talk YouTube channel.
Right.
Now, their main focus is English learning, sure, but the ideas they explore about time, they're incredibly relevant to anyone, really. Anyone wanting to feel less, well, scattered and more productive, whatever your goals are.
Exactly. You might think, oh, English learning, that's not me. But the principles underneath about how we value and use our time, totally universal. So our mission today is to pull out those key insights. The real value of time, the sneaky ways we waste it, and importantly, some actual practical things you can do to take back control.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Okay, so let's start with the big one. Why does this whole time management thing even matter so much?
Well, what they really hammer home is something pretty stark. Time. It's non-renewable, completely.
Right.
We get 24 hours a day, each of us. That's the allocation. And unlike, say, money, you can't make more of it. Once it's gone, it's gone.
It's hit forever. They actually said that, didn't they? Once a day is gone, it's gone forever.
Yeah. It's a bit sobering when you think about like that. No refunds, no do-overs.
And they took it even further. They said time is life, which really makes you stop and think, doesn't it? Every moment is literally your life happening.
Exactly. And that comparison they made with money, I thought that was quite powerful.
How so?
Well, you can lose money, right? And okay, it might be hard work, but you can often earn it back. Time, though. Once you've spent it or wasted it,
Right.
it's just gone. Irretrievable.
Yeah. No getting that hour back.
And that difference really underlines its true value. Every minute, every hour. It's an opportunity, isn't it? A chance to grow, to move towards whatever it is you're aiming for.
Okay, so the value proposition is clear. Time is incredibly precious, finite. But if we know this, why do we so often feel like we frittered it away? What are the common traps?
Ah, the pitfalls. Yes. The Easy English Talk discussion highlighted quite a few common ones, and the first one will probably ring true for a lot of people.
Let me guess. Phones.
Bingo. Specifically, that endless scrolling, through Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, all of it.
Oh yeah, the doom scroll.
It often starts small, doesn't it? Just a quick check. But then suddenly an hour's gone by and you're left feeling, well, like you didn't really gain much.
Totally. That feeling of picking up your phone for one thing and then surfacing an hour later watching, cat videos.
Yeah.
Wondering how you even got there.
Exactly that. But they did make a good point, didn't they? It's not necessarily the phone itself that's the enemy.
Right, it's how you're using it.
Precisely. It's about the intention. They suggested shifting that phone time, using it for things that actually help you, like listening to educational stuff, like this.
Good point. So moving from just passive scrolling to something more active, more aligned with your goals.
Exactly. Active engagement versus passive consumption, even on your screen.
Okay, that makes sense. What other time thieves did they mention?
Another big one was watching too much random video content, or TV. Especially in their context, if you're trying to learn English and you're watching everything in your native language.
Right. Relaxing is fine, but hours of it might not help your specific goal.
Yeah. They contrasted that with watching something in English, even for just a short while. That way it stops being just entertainment and starts being, well, practice. It supports the goal.
Okay, so aligning leisure with goals where you can. Smart. What about putting things off?
Yeah.
The classic procrastination.
Yes. The siren call of later. They talked about how later so often just becomes never.
Guilty as charged.
We all do it, I think. There's this tendency to wait for the perfect time to start something. But their point was the perfect time. It's usually right now.
It's that mental game, isn't it? I'll start exercising Monday, then Monday comes. Okay, maybe next Monday.
Exactly. And linked to that is overthinking.
How so?
Spending ages planning, worrying. Like if you're learning English, maybe worrying about making mistakes when you speak. So much energy goes into the thinking about it.
That you never actually do it. You don't take the action.
Precisely. And learning progress in anything really comes from the doing, not just the endless preparation or worry.
So getting stuck in analysis paralysis. Yeah, I see that.
So yeah, they basically summed up the common time wasters as too much social media, aimless video watching, procrastination, overthinking that leads to inaction, and just generally doing things that don't really line up with what you want to achieve.
That's a pretty comprehensive list.
Yeah.
Makes you think, okay, so how do we get better at spotting when we're doing this? What are the signs, the internal signals?
That's key, isn't it? Awareness first. Well, they mention a few telltale signs, like ever find yourself saying, wow, where did the day go?
Uh-huh.
Or feeling like you were super busy all day, rushing around, but you can't actually point to anything significant you accomplished.
Yes, definitely had those days. Like you're just putting out fires, dealing with emails, but the important stuff still sitting there.
That's a big one. Being busy isn't the same as being productive. Another sign they mention is feeling tired and unmotivated, even if you haven't really done much.
That seems counterintuitive.
It does, but wasting time can actually be draining. It leads to boredom, maybe feeling a bit lazy, and often guilt.
Ah, the guilt, yes.
Yeah.
You spend an hour scrolling and then you feel this kind of emptiness afterwards.
Exactly, that emptiness, that's a strong signal. It means the time wasn't spent in a way that felt meaningful or satisfying.
Oh.
So, to recap the signs. Day vanished, busy but nothing important done, feeling tired or lazy or guilty, too much time on stuff that doesn't help, and just not feeling proud of how you spent your time.
Got it. Very recognizable. Okay, so we know time's valuable. We know the common traps. We know the warning signs.
Yeah.
Now, the important bit, what can we actually do? What are the practical strategies?
Right, let's get practical. First up, and this is fundamental, set clear goals.
Know where you're going?
Exactly. If you don't know what you want to achieve, your time will just drift. So ask yourself, what do I really want? For language learners, it might be learn 10 new words today, or practice speaking for 15 minutes. Having that goal gives your time purpose.
Makes total sense. Like setting a destination on a map. What's next?
Second, make a daily plan. Doesn't have to be a rigid minute-by-minute schedule, just jotting down maybe 2 or 3 key things you want to get done.
Just a few priorities.
Yeah, and they mentioned the satisfaction,
Wow.
actually checking things off a list. Feels good, could be simple. Listen to that podcast, practice that grammar point, read 1 chapter.
Oh, I love checking things off a list. Very satisfying.
It really is. Then, building on that, prioritize the important tasks.
Do the big things first.
Basically, yes. Tackle the crucial stuff early in the day if you can, when you've got more energy. Don't leave the important things until you're tired and just want to zone out.
The old eat the frog idea. Get the hardest thing done.
That's the one. Fourth tip, limit distractions. This is a tough one today.
Tell me about it.
They suggest really consciously putting the phone away, like out of sight, turning off notifications, making focus possible.
Easier said than done sometimes.
True. But they also mentioned the Pomodoro technique. Heard of that?
Yeah, work for 25 minutes, short break, repeat.
Exactly. It helps you stay focused in bursts, breaks things down, makes tasks less daunting, and actually boosts efficiency.
Might be worth trying.
Yeah.
Okay, and the last main strategy,
Utilize small moments, those little pockets of time we all have.
like waiting for the kettle to boil. Or commuting.
Precisely. Waiting in line on the bus, cooking dinner. Use those snippets. Listen to something, review notes, practice vocabulary in your head. Those 5-10 minutes here and there, they really add up over a week.
That's a great point. Turning dead time into productive time. Okay, those are good overarching strategies. What about simple day-to-day habits? Anything quick we can build in?
Yeah, they had some nice simple ones like wake up a bit earlier.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
Huh. It doesn't have to be hours, even just 15-30 minutes. It gives you a calm start. Time to plan, stretch, maybe do a little focused study before the day really kicks off.
Okay, 15 minutes maybe? I find those quiet morning moments can set a good tone.
They really can. Another habit, make that to-do list first thing. We mentioned planning, but doing it routinely each morning. Just 3 to 5 key things. It gives structure, stops you wondering what to do next.
A daily roadmap, I like that.
And then prepare the night before.
Like laying out clothes,
Yeah.
packing your lunch.
Exactly. Choose your outfit, pack your bag, plan your meals. Small things, but they shave off stress and decision-making time in the morning rush.
Yeah, less morning chaos equals more useful time. Makes sense.
And the last one they highlighted was avoid multitasking.
Really? I always feel like I should be multitasking.
It feels efficient, doesn't it? But the evidence suggests otherwise. Focusing on one thing at a time usually means you do it faster and better. Less switching cost for your brain, fewer mistakes.
It's counterintuitive, but probably true. You end up doing two things badly instead of one thing well.
Often, yeah. So single tasking for focus.
Okay, these are all really actionable. Now, did they share any stories? Real people who actually put this stuff into practice and saw results?
They did. 3 really inspiring examples. First, there was Ollie. He was 20, spending most of his time, social media, gaming, wanted to learn English, but always tomorrow.
So familiar.
Right. But then he saw this video. The message was basically, your time is your life, don't waste it. And something clicked. He started small, just 10 minutes of English practice every single day.
Just 10 minutes.
Just 10 minutes, but consistently. And within a year, he was speaking confidently. It just shows the power of that small, steady effort. It compounds.
Wow. That's really encouraging. 10 minutes feels doable.
Totally. Then there was Maria, a busy mom, felt like she had absolutely 0 time for English. Overwhelmed.
I can imagine.
But instead of trying to magically find more time, she got smarter with the time she had. She started listening to English podcasts while she was doing chores, cooking, cleaning, things she had to do anyway.
And using those existing moments, like we talked about.
Exactly. And within 6 months, her listening skills improved significantly. Her story shows it's often about optimizing, not just adding more hours.
I love that. Making your routine work for you.
And the third one was Daniel. His habit was mindless phone scrolling. He'd say he didn't have time to learn.
The classic excuse.
Yep. So he made a simple swap. He replaced 30 minutes of scrolling with 30 minutes of reading English stories every day.
Just a direct replacement.
Said it wasn't easy at first, but it became a habit. And now he feels proud. He's learning constantly. It shows you can swap out a time-wasting habit for a productive one.
Those are great examples. It really brings it home that it doesn't have to be some huge life overhaul, does it? Small changes, done consistently.
That's exactly the message. Change is possible for anyone. Small steps consistently applied.
Okay, so as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the main takeaway? The core message we want people to hold on to?
I think it boils down to taking ownership. Really seeing that controlling your time is, in a very real way, controlling your life. And remembering that analogy, time as this non-renewable thing, like money, but you can't earn more time back.
Once it's spent, it's spent.
Right. And their call to action was pretty clear, too.
Don't wait.
Exactly. Don't wait for the perfect time. Start now.
Yeah.
Right now. Even a tiny step. Because every minute you use wisely, that's progress. Doesn't matter if you feel busy. Doesn't matter if you make mistakes. Just keep using the time intentionally.
It's about the effort, the conscious choice in the moment.
Precisely. The power is yours. You have the time. We all have the same 24 hours. Use it wisely. They even suggested that little affirmation. Today I will not waste time. Today I will grow.
Connecting today's actions to tomorrow's results.
I like that.
Yeah, it's empowering. So the final thought then.
Make every minute count. Maybe just think about one small shift you could make starting today. One tiny adjustment to be more deliberate. That's often where the biggest changes begin. Just deciding to use this next minute with purpose.